Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, gritting your teeth from a sudden, sharp cramp in your leg? Or maybe you've been walking through the grocery store when, out of nowhere, your calf tightens up like a knot. It's scary, frustrating, and honestly, it makes you feel like your body is turning against you. Now imagine this. Over 60% of people over the age of 60 report experiencing muscle cramps at least once a week. Not just discomfort, but full-blown pain that stops you in your tracks. And let's not even talk about the sleepless nights and the anxiety that comes with always wondering when the next cramp will strike. Sounds familiar? Well, what if I told you there might be a hidden reason behind all those cramps? Weak muscles? Or that odd tingling in your toes? And no, it's not just getting old. Sometimes it's something as simple as a few missing nutrients in your daily routine. In this video, we're going to open the door to a part of muscle health that rarely gets talked about. I'm not here to throw a bunch of medical terms at you or tell you to run marathons. I just want to have a real conversation about the key vitamins and minerals that could be the missing puzzle pieces in your body's fight against cramps, weakness, and that nagging feeling that something's just off. So, stay with me. By the end of this video, you might discover something small you can change that could make a huge difference. And before we dive in, just do me a little favor. Type 1 in the comments if you've had cramps lately, or 0 if you haven't. And hit that subscribe button to join us here at Health 365. Your safe space for health, healing, and feeling human again. Let's start with a little mineral that packs a mighty punch: magnesium, the unsung hero I like to call the cramp stopper. If you've ever had a muscle cramp seize you out of nowhere, there's a good chance your body was waving a little red flag for magnesium. Magnesium isn't just another supplement you pass by at the drugstore. It plays a direct role in helping your muscles relax after they contract. When you're low on it, your muscles can get stuck in that tight, crampy state. It's like trying to drive with the brakes stuck. Painful and frustrating. And as we age, our ability to absorb magnesium from food drops, while the medications we often take, like diuretics or acid blockers, can flush it right out of our system. A study from the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that older adults with low magnesium levels were significantly more likely to report frequent nighttime leg cramps. That's not just coincidence, that's science connecting the dots. I remember my neighbor Linda. She's 72, sharp as a tack, but used to suffer from nightly cramps that left her in tears. Once her doctor recommended adding a magnesium supplement to her routine, within weeks, she started sleeping through the night again. No more curling up in pain at 3 a.m. So what can you do? Add more magnesium-rich foods like spinach, almonds, and black beans to your meals. Or talk to your doctor about a supplement, especially if you're on medications that may deplete it. Now, if magnesium is the muscle relaxer, wait till you hear about the vitamin that flips the on switch for your muscles. Vitamin D, the muscle activator. While most people know it as the sunshine vitamin that keeps bones strong, very few realize how essential it is for keeping muscles working smoothly, especially as we age. Vitamin D plays a critical role in helping your muscles contract properly and absorb calcium efficiently. Without enough of it, your muscles may feel weak, sluggish, or even shaky. In fact, low vitamin D levels are directly linked to decreased muscle strength and increased risk of falls in older adults. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism showed that seniors with adequate vitamin D performed better in balance and strength tests than those who were deficient. My Uncle Joe, who's 68, used to avoid walking outdoors because he felt like his legs just weren't steady anymore. His doctor tested his vitamin D levels, and guess what? He was severely low. After a few months of taking a daily supplement, and making an effort to get a little sunshine each morning, Joe's strength came back, and so did his confidence. If you're not getting at least 15-30 minutes of sunlight a day, or if you live in a northern state, chances are your vitamin D might be low too. You can also find it in foods like fortified milk, egg yolks, and salmon. But honestly, for many seniors, a supplement may be the simplest way to keep your muscles powered up. Now that you know how to activate your muscles, let's talk about how to protect the nerves that control them before they start misfiring. You might not think much about your nerves until something feels off. Maybe it's that numbness in your toes, a strange tingling in your legs, or a sudden loss of balance that makes you feel unsure on your feet. That could be your body's way of saying, "Hey, I'm low on B12. Vitamin B12 is essential for keeping your motor nerves healthy, the ones that tell your muscles how and when to move. Without enough of it, those nerve signals can get scrambled, delayed, or even blocked, which may lead to muscle weakness, strange sensations, or unsteadiness. Research published in the journal Neurology showed that older adults with low levels of B12 had a much higher risk of nerve damage, especially in the legs and feet. And here's the kicker. B12 deficiency is incredibly common in seniors because our stomachs produce less of the acid needed to absorb it from food. My Aunt Marlene, who's 75, used to feel like her legs were made of jelly. She thought it was just old age, but blood work revealed a significant B12 deficiency. After a course of B12 injections and then regular oral supplements, her balance improved and the tingling faded away. You can find B12 in foods like meat, fish, eggs, and dairy. But for many seniors, a supplement, often in the form of a chewable tablet or a spray, is easier for the body to absorb. Now, if nerves are the messengers, what keeps those messages running smoothly through your muscles? Let's talk about a mineral that helps your muscles exhale. This little powerhouse is crucial for keeping your muscles calm and steady, especially after they've been hard at work. Potassium helps balance the electrical signals that trigger muscle contractions. Without enough of it, those signals can go haywire, leading to twitching, spasms, or painful cramps. Now, you might be thinking, I eat bananas. I should be fine, right? But the truth is, as we age, our potassium levels can drop due to medications like blood pressure pills or diuretics, or even mild dehydration. And if you're not replenishing what you lose, your muscles may start to protest. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults over 60 with low potassium levels were more prone to frequent muscle cramps and fatigue, even when they thought they were eating healthy. Take my friend Harold, for example. He's 70 and used to get terrible leg cramps every time he gardened. His doctor ran a simple blood test, found his potassium was low, and suggested he add more potassium-rich foods like sweet potatoes, spinach, and avocados into his meals. Within a couple of weeks, the cramps eased up, and he was back in the dirt, happy as ever. If you're on medications that flush out potassium, or you sweat a lot during walks or chores, don't just rely on bananas. There's a whole world of potassium-rich foods and supplements, if your doctor agrees, that can help calm your muscles. And while potassium helps muscles let go, there's one nutrient that gives them the solid foundation to even move in the first place. Let's talk bones and the mineral that makes them strong. Calcium, the bone builder. Most folks know calcium keeps your bones strong, but what many don't realize is how critical it is for your muscles too. Without enough calcium, your muscles simply can't contract properly. And when your muscles can't work right, that's when stiffness, weakness, and even spasms can creep in. Calcium acts like the messenger between your brain and your muscles, telling them when to move and when to relax. Low levels can lead to unpredictable muscle behavior, sometimes even mimicking nerve issues. And here's the catch. As we age, our bones become less efficient at storing and releasing calcium when we need it most. In fact, A report from the National Institutes of Health highlights that nearly half of adults over 50 don't get enough calcium, putting them at risk not just for fractures, but also for declining muscle function. My cousin Marie, 67, found herself struggling to carry laundry up the stairs, not because she was out of shape, but because her muscles simply couldn't keep up. Her doctor found that she wasn't getting enough calcium. With a mix of dietary changes, like adding low-fat yogurt and leafy greens, and a calcium supplement, she was back to handling her chores without that constant, dull ache in her legs. So if you're skipping dairy or not eating many greens, it might be time to rethink your calcium intake. And remember, your body absorbs calcium best when you also have enough vitamin D in your system. Speaking of keeping your muscles in balance, let's explore a vitamin that acts like a traffic controller, guiding your muscle movement smoothly, especially when things get a little twitchy. Vitamin B6, what I call the muscle function regulator. Think of it as the quiet conductor behind the scenes, making sure your muscles respond at just the right time, in just the right way. When your levels are low, the signals between your brain and muscles can get a little scrambled, leading to those light cramps, twitches, or even a general feeling that your muscles are just off. Vitamin B6 plays a key role in producing neurotransmitters, those chemical messengers that carry signals between your nerves and muscles. Without enough B6, it's like trying to make a phone call with a bad connection. You might still hear something, but it's broken, delayed, or fuzzy. A study published in the Archives of Internal Medicine showed that older adults with low B6 levels were more likely to report symptoms like tingling, irritability, and even mild muscle discomfort. Things many people chalk up to just getting older, when really, their body might be asking for help. I remember chatting with Mrs. Patty, 74, at our local community center. She mentioned how her hands felt stiff and her legs cramped up whenever she sat too long. Her doctor later found a B6 deficiency, probably from years of taking medications that interfered with absorption. Once she added a small B6 supplement and included foods like chicken, bananas, and fortified cereals in her routine, those mystery symptoms began to fade. It's a small shift, but it can make a real difference. If your muscles feel like they're sending mixed signals, don't ignore it. Now, while B6 helps with coordination, what about boosting the flow that keeps those muscles nourished and recovering faster? Let's talk about the vitamin that helps your blood keep things moving. You might be surprised to hear that poor circulation is one of the silent culprits behind muscle fatigue and slow recovery. And vitamin E? It plays a key role in keeping your blood flowing smoothly, especially to your legs and feet, where cramps and soreness love to linger. Vitamin E acts like an antioxidant shield, protecting your blood vessels and helping them stay flexible. That flexibility means better blood flow, which means more oxygen and nutrients getting to your muscles exactly when they need them, during movement and while they recover afterward. Without it, your muscles might not get enough fuel, especially during or after physical activity, even something as simple as walking to the mailbox. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults with higher vitamin E levels had significantly better leg circulation and muscle recovery after exercise. That means less soreness, less stiffness, and more freedom to move without worrying about your body fighting back. My neighbor George, 69, used to complain that after short walks, his legs would feel heavy for hours. His doctor checked his nutrient levels and found his vitamin E intake was practically non-existent. After incorporating more nuts, seeds, and a small supplement into his daily routine, he started noticing his legs felt lighter and less tense, even after a full morning of yard work. And now that we've covered circulation, let's switch gears to a vitamin that keeps your nerves energized and steady before that sluggish feeling sets in. Vitamin B1, also known as thiamine, or as I like to call it, the nerve energizer. This one doesn't get nearly enough spotlight, but when it's missing, your muscles and nerves can feel like they're constantly running out of battery. Vitamin B1 helps your body convert food into energy, especially for your muscles and nervous system. When you don't have enough of it, your nerves can start firing more slowly, and your muscles might feel weaker, even if you haven't done anything to wear them out. It's like your muscles are plugged into a faulty outlet. A study in the Journal of Neurological Sciences found that thiamine deficiency in older adults was linked to mild muscle weakness and slower reflexes, symptoms that often get misdiagnosed or brushed off as just part of aging. But sometimes, it's not about age. It's about what's missing. My friend Dolores, 76, used to say she felt foggy and tired in her legs, especially in the afternoon. Her doctor found a B1 deficiency, likely tied to her diet and years of managing diabetes. After she started taking a low-dose thiamine supplement and switched to whole grains and legumes more often, she said it felt like someone turned the lights back on in her body. If your muscles feel lazy or your nerves feel like they're lagging behind, ask your doctor about your vitamin B1 levels. It's a small vitamin, but its impact on your day-to-day energy and movement can be big. Now that we've recharged your nerves, how about the part of your body that holds everything together? Let's talk joints, tendons, and the vitamin that helps them bounce back. When most people think of vitamin C, they picture fighting off colds, but there's a whole other side to it that's just as powerful, especially for your joints, tendons, and connective tissues. If your knees creak, your hips feel stiff, or your muscles seem slower to heal after activity, this little vitamin could be your silent partner in recovery. Vitamin C plays a crucial role in the production of collagen, a protein that acts like the glue holding your muscles, ligaments, and joints together. Without enough collagen, your body struggles to repair tiny tears in these tissues, which leads to soreness that sticks around longer than it should. According to research published in the International Journal of Sports Nutrition and Exercise Metabolism, older adults who supplemented with vitamin C and collagen saw improvements in joint function and post-exercise recovery. That means less time feeling sore and more time doing what you love: gardening, walking, or playing with the grandkids. Take Mr. Benson from my walking group. He's 73 and used to need a day to recover after a long walk. His physical therapist suggested a vitamin C boost, so he started adding oranges, bell peppers, and a small supplement to his routine. Within weeks, he said his knees felt less cranky, and he could walk every morning without worrying about stiffness holding him back. So, if your joints seem to creak louder than the floorboards, give your body the building blocks it needs to repair. Vitamin C won't make you 25 again, but it just might help you move like you feel 10 years younger. Now, let's close out with one final nutrient that recharges your cells from deep within, the one that powers every single muscle movement you make. CoQ10, the cellular recharger. This nutrient might sound like something out of a science lab, but your body actually makes it naturally. CoQ10 lives inside your cells and plays a major role in producing energy, especially for your muscles and heart. Think of it like the spark plug that keeps your engine running. Without it, your cells can't power up properly, and everything, from movement to recovery, starts to feel harder. Now here's the tricky part. As we get older, our natural CoQ10 levels begin to decline. And if you're taking certain medications, especially statins for cholesterol, your levels could drop even faster. That can lead to fatigue, muscle weakness, and a frustrating lack of stamina, even if you're eating well and staying active. A study in the journal Biofactors found that older adults supplementing with CoQ10 experienced better energy levels and reduced muscle fatigue, particularly those on statins. It's not a miracle cure, but it's a powerful ally if you feel like your body just isn't keeping up the way it used to. I remember Mr. Klein. He's 71 and a retired firefighter, telling me how drained he felt after even a short walk. His doctor recommended a low-dose CoQ10 supplement, especially since he was on cholesterol meds. A few weeks later, he said he felt like someone flipped a switch and gave him some of his old spark back. If your tank feels empty, even after a good night's rest, talk to your doctor about CoQ10. It might be that last missing piece your body's been quietly asking for. And now that we've walked through the nutrients that support every part of muscle function, from nerves to energy to repair, are you ready to bring it all together? So here we are, friend. We've traveled through muscles, nerves, bones, and blood, each piece playing a quiet but powerful role in how you move, rest, and feel every single day. It's not just about age. It's about giving your body the right tools to thrive, even in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. Maybe you saw a piece of yourself in these stories, those midnight cramps, the tired legs, or that nagging stiffness after a walk. And maybe now you're starting to see that small changes, a few extra nutrients, a little sunlight, or a simple supplement, can make a world of difference. Aging doesn't have to mean giving up the things you love. It just means listening more closely to what your body needs and giving it a little extra care. If something today made you pause and think, I hope you'll take that next small step. Talk to your doctor. Look at your diet. Ask questions. And most of all, don't go through it alone. Drop a 1 in the comments if you feel like your body's been trying to tell you something lately, or a 0 if you're feeling strong and steady. And if this video helped you, subscribe to Health 365 so we can keep walking this path together. You deserve to move freely, sleep deeply, and feel fully alive. Every day. Let's keep making that possible, one step at a time.